pick up that initial talk right there, and you have to lean forward on the video. You ain't gonna hear it no better doing this at the TV. It ain't gonna get no better. So y'all just watch that camera and the volume you're speaking right there because it's super sensitive. Okay, go ahead.
Let me read this. I'll write this down. Isaiah chapter 8. Just basically responding to the sister just said. The pastor saying they don't want to teach this. Isaiah 8:20. Then y'all write down Malachi 2:7 as well.
They know.
Back it up, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, exactly. What I was just saying, they know the truth. And he's saying, well, we just don't have time. Right. You really got to break it down, but that's your job to break it down.
That's what it's supposed to be.
What we're here for.
Right. You say you're a watchman of the law, and you get the sound versus the voice.
Oh, I'm going to read this real quick. Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. It says, to the law and to the testimony. If they speak not.
If they do what?
If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
We just went over that light last week. Because the eye is single and filled with darkness. They ain't caring nothing about you coming to the understanding of this. They don't care nothing about you getting the understanding. It's not for you to get the understanding.
Right. Facts. Malachi 2:7.
What's that?
Second witness. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge.
Should do what?
Should keep knowledge.
Right.
And they should seek the law and his mouth.
See that? That's what they need. And this is why you always see Christ condemning them. Because he has the power to condemn with the script. He said, Isaiah was talking about you very born. You don't think that cut to the bone? And they're like, yeah, we saw that too. And there's no defense for it. So what's the next thing? We got to silence this. Go ahead, Pastor.
For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth.
Right.
For he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts.
See, that's the only way he can be the messenger if he's speaking the words of the Lord, not the traditions of the elders.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how you know what you got done.
A question. Last week it was said, when Paul was saying we're not under the law, but the law of sin, is that the message that most preachers are meaning, but not delving into?
Well, you gotta holler at him to see exactly what he's meaning.
What he's meaning.
But if you want to go to scripturally and see what the law of sin is, if you go to Romans chapter 7. Romans chapter 7. I'm gonna start at verse 20.
What's that?
I'm gonna start at verse 19. For the good that I would do,
Right?
I do not.
Right?
But the evil which I would not, that I do.
See, you always do what you say. I should have followed my first line. Always. That's why I do it. Looking in the mirror. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 20. Now if I do that I would not, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwells in me. I find then a law that when I would do good, evil is present with me. For I delight in the law of God after the inward man.
After the what man?
Inward man. That's your spirit. 23. But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin, which is in my members. 24. O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? I thank the Most High through Jesus Christ our Lord. So then with the mind I myself serve the law of God.
Y'all see that? What you serving it with?
My mind.
With your mind, which is your heart. Because that's what you serving with. You're thinking about it before you even put your hand to it, just like we read that Psalm 19. When it says, Lord, turn me away from presumptuous sinning. That's pride in sin. What you doing tonight, brother? Fornicating? Just let you know. That's why I'm going to be. You got to get your mind away
with the mind, I myself serve the law of God.
Right.
But with the flesh, meaning your carnal mind, the law of sin.
That's the law of sin, serving your flesh. That's what you are not under. You don't have to be under that. See, that's what Moses and Aaron, the letter of the law, was trying to correct them because we were surrounded by that in the other Egypt. So coming into the land of Canaan that's been wiped clean, you can't come in there with your flesh yearning for that same lust that was in Egypt.
Right.
Because it's going to start all over, ain't it?
Yep, exactly. And then when you sin, if you go back to Leviticus chapter 6, chapter 16 on in, it goes into the sacrifices that you had to put down or you had to do in case you did sin.
That's right.
Like the killing of animals and all that. And all that was symbolic for Christ becoming the ultimate sacrifice.
That's right.
So the law of sin is what you're not under if you led by the law. I mean, if you led by the Spirit.
Same law.
Yeah.
Because it's the same one say you can't get into the kingdom.
Yeah, so it don't mean you can say, okay, well, now we're not under the law. And then you say, okay, well, I can do what I want to do, just believe. So, I mean, I can murder, break in your house, take your woman, whatever I want to do. I believe, and you can't get mad at it.
Right.
I believe. Yo, so you know better. Right. See how people laughing? You know better. You know good and well, if somebody breaking your grill, you call it 911.
Yes, you're
gonna grab that 40 Glock. You're gonna try to, why? There's no laws. What are you mad about? Jesus did away with everything.
That's right.
You know better. You know better.
That's what John the Baptist, as he was preparing the way for the Messiah, saying, I must decrease. And my mindset and everything, and he said, he must, meaning the Spirit, must increase.
The way Christ was bringing it back to settle, to heal the dry ground, y'all. We have to, it's dry ground time because of people teaching the commandments of men versus teaching the commandments of the law.
Exactly.
And like I said, you have to walk that teaching away. You can't just be talking about it, over. You have to see, like if you get, seen somewhere. You shopping somewhere and somebody see you over there, you have to have that with you at all times. You don't know who's going to see you.
Exactly.
You have to walk this, and that's the example. That's how you teach your children, because they ain't going to never see you out of character.
Right.
Let's get it.
Y'all also write down Romans chapter 3. Write this down. Romans chapter 3, verse 30 through 31, which is the end of the chapter.
That's right.
Some people like to jump in the middle of Romans 3 and try to say you ain't got to keep the commandments. Just keep reading.
Just keep reading. That's all we say, y'all. Keep it moving.
Yeah.
Keep the scriptures moving.
If you keep reading, Paul clears himself up.
That's right.
People got a problem with how he presents his letters. That's the only thing. And then people think, oh, okay, Pauline, which is a woman, his name Paul. But you want to call the man Pauline. But he freed us up and we ain't got to do nothing. He ain't saying nothing like that. Let's keep reading, and then he clears himself up.
That's right.
Because he know when he presented to you, you're going to have a question.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying. We can do whatever we want. He turn around and say, God,
That's right.
which means, no, I ain't said that.
That's right.
But you got to grow spiritually and understand what I'm trying to say here.
Right.
That's all it is.
That's like you trying to tell somebody that's a master carpenter. You talking to them about carpentry. They're like, man, I know about this. But I'm talking about a different measurement right now. It's a spiritual measurement. I own that. I was on that measurement you were talking about. I know that. It's like somebody trying to convince you to go back to Sunday service. You're like, man, I left that. I didn't need the book though.
Right.
Let's finish this up. Mark 7, y'all.
Mark chapter 7, verse 8. For laying aside the commandment of God, ye should hold the tradition of men.
Read that again.
For laying aside the commandment of God, ye hold the tradition of men, as the washing of pots and cups, and many other such like things ye do.
See, what Christ is saying is here, you focus on the outside that's deteriorating. You talk about you need to wear that or this, but your heart ain't got its fringes on. Your heart ain't got its circumcision on. Your mind ain't circumcised, so you sit here dressed out, but evil thoughts are going through your mind.
You draped up and arranged nicely on the outside.
White and supposed. You cussing this, look at her. How dare her wear that white skirt? out here in public. But if it could be a video of what you really thinking,
Like the boy, that was the boy who was on the FBI watch list.
the boy out of Tennessee. Yeah.
They got him on the FBI watch list.
In his garden.
In his garden, his fridges and all.
Identity
Put his
theft.
government name and everything.
Everything. This how we gonna lock it. In your garden.
You okay?
Bye.
He fall down, so we get up.
Let's get it, y'all.
He was running for the biggest marijuana operation.
Y'all heard this? Go ahead, man.
He was running one of the biggest marijuana operations in the country. Straight bro, you know, certain homies road was good. They was running like 1,000 pounds of weed like every 2 weeks. Arizona to Kansas City down to Tennessee.
So basically, they took Genesis 1, chapter 1, verse 29 out of context.
Let's get it, y'all. Mark.
Mark
Tell y'all got to roll. So we got to pick it up.
Verse 9. And he said unto them, full well ye reject the commandment of God.
Hold it right there. He said full well. What do you think that means? That means you've been explaining what we're talking about here. Full well. You are in complete knowledge. Yeah, I'm breaking it down. Now see, y'all know y'all want to do. Y'all want to go to the Bible. See, you're full well knowing where we're going to the Bible to make this thing right. You say you're a Christ follower. When we go to the Bible, you do not want to see that. So full well you reject. What Hosea said with Hosea 6:9, we're not destroyed for lack of knowledge. It ain't about what you know, it's about what you don't, and you full well reject.
Right.
Let's get it.
That ye may keep your own tradition.
That you may do what?
Keep your own tradition.
If I acknowledge that, then I gotta keep that. Why do y'all think every time y'all when we say you're going out there, the first thing you have to establish is what is sin? If you don't get that established with who you're dealing with, you won't have a long, drawn-out conversation. You have to, according to the Bible, what it's saying. They're going to dance around. They're going to beat around the bush. But it's got to come back to because where there's no law, there's no sin.
Right.
If it's sin there, there must be a law to regulate it.
Right.
Okay.
I'd be remiss, this coincides directly with that Titus, chapter 1, verses 13 and 14.
But I get it.
When these erroneous information comes out about the Messiah, it says, this witness is true. Therefore, rebuke them sharply with calm, that they may be sound in the faith, i.e. the doctrine.
Say, rebuke them short. Go ahead.
Not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men, commandments of Negroes that turn from the truth. Unto the pure, all things are pure.
Right.
But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. But even their mind and their conscience is defiled.
What we read?
That's Titus chapter 1, verses 13, 14, and 15. Meaning their inside is unkosher.
Right. See y'all, and y'all see what defiles the man. When we get back to Mark, we're going to see what defiles the man. Defiling the man is rejecting the law, statute, and judgment of Christ. That's what's defiling you, because you're going to become a doleful creature. A ravenous bird. It's kind of like once you say push the law out, you become lawlessness. You create that. You are part of lawless. So what comes with that but wicked and evil thoughts every day? Once you lose your shame for a sin, you will become lawless, because now you are trying to protect this sin. You cuss people out. You pay lobbyists to change law so that you can continue, but your flesh is warned. You have to think of another wicked thing to do and another wicked thing to do. So it's wickedness continuous every thought that you have, because you are protecting a lie. Let's get it where you at.
But they wanted me to go up to 10
Go ahead,
of
brother.
their Titus chapter 1, starting at verse 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers,
Right?
especially those they are of the circumcision,
Especially they of the circumcision.
meaning
Israelites.
Israelites, they look like you, they walk like you.
Go ahead.
Verse 11, whose mouths must be stopped.
What would their mouths must be what?
Stop.
Go ahead.
Kind of like Muhammad Ali, he can't say nothing now.
No. Let's understand that y'all real important. But what we say that mouth stop is what Christ did. When you quote the law, the mouth stops. Every time he quoted the law, the mouth stopped.
Shut it
and
down.
they durst not say another word. See, when you put the rules on the table, what can you say? Whatever you doing, didn't we tell you 15 on board early when you played that last time? What you gonna do but be silent?
Right.
And pull that 5 back. No, that's bad money. Let's go. So we
Whose mouths must be stopped.
Right.
Who subvert whole houses.
Right.
Teaching things which they ought not. For filthy lucre's sake.
That's what commandments of men.
For
The
1999.
script will tell you just the opposite about that. He say, free you got, free you get. But the commandments of men will allow you to say the law is done away with, and then run to Malachi 3:8 and say, should a man walk out? That's a law. That's a law. And God done away with sin on the cross. He got rid of and fulfilled the law, except for the tithing one. No, that ain't real. Let's get it, y'all. Got to get caught up together. A few minutes, y'all. Got to roll a few scriptures. Where we at?
We had Mark chapter
Hold
7,
it down, y'all. Let's get it.
verse 10. For Moses said, honor thy father and thy mother, and whoso curseth father or mother, let him die to death.
See, y'all, we got to be extra careful. He ain't saying which one. Your parents, you ain't gonna never get it. The Most High still call us his children, don't he? Right. Don't he chastise us? Right. Is that a grown man getting a whooping? That's what it is.
That's right.
You don't get a whooping. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 11. But ye say, if a man shall say to his father or mother, it is Corban, that is to say, a gift, by whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me, he shall be free.
Well, this is what they was doing. Look, instead of honoring their mother and father, checking on them, they gave money to the church. Yeah. Look, I gave you some money. Cancer, hell, didn't y'all just build a nursing home? Shit, I gave you money for that. That's your gift. I gave you money for the nursing home where my mama's at. That's Corbin. You're not looking at, you're not understanding it spiritually. Go ahead, bro.
Definition of Corbin. It says occurs in the Hebrew text of the Old Testament and refers to an offering or sacrifice.
Right.
Whether bloody or unbloody, made to God. It is found in the New Testament in Mark chapter 7, where it has reference to money dedicated to God. The Talmud says the Jews were much given to making rash vows to God without any intention of carrying them out. By Christ's time, the reprehensible practice arose of children avoiding the responsibility of looking after their parents.
Say it again.
Say it again. By Christ's time, the reprehensible practice arose of children avoiding the responsibility of looking after their parents' material needs by telling them that their money was dedicated to God and that it would be wrong to divert it from this sacred purpose. This can be done by simply pronouncing the votive word Corbin. Ideally, the money thereafter belonged to God, but actually the one who made the vow might keep it in his possession. By referring to this custom, Christ demonstrated the sophistry of tradition which enabled the Jews to disregard plain commandments of God, like the one requiring children to honor their parents.
Absolutely. So y'all, what he's saying is, in a nutshell, Big Mama used to be in the hospital bed in the living room. You come back with that, man, that's Big Mama. But times have changed a lot. Two people got to work now. So you have to set up and make sure where she's going to be and check on her.
And they act like they had the money and they gave it to God. Really, they kept it for
I
themselves.
read about that. Them folks down there, they say they screening them workers. Have you been down there to check and see? You smell pee on the parking lot.
Right.
You know they ain't changing over there.
Right, boy.
And you ain't coming to check on them, bed sores on them, because you think, well, I'm paying for the care that's there. No, it's deeper than that.
That's right. I'm taking care of
You acting like you ain't got to take care of it
Right.
because you're so holy and you gave an offering to the Lord.
To the Lord.
But in essence, you pocketed all that money.
Yeah.
So you ain't honoring your father and mother. You just,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though they looked out for you when you was a child and then wiped your rear end and
Right.
did all those things, now it's your turn and you like,
Now you don't want to look brown stuff on your hand.
Right. And see,
But they did it for us.
Christ
Get out of here.
on the cross and told her, Mama, I ain't gonna leave you like that. Look, this disciple right here, that's your mama. Mama, this your son. He got your back. I'm gone. Then leave her like that. This boy will look after you. You ain't got to worry about Mama. He's gonna look after you. Let's get it. Where we at?
We're at verse 12. And ye suffer him no more to do aught for his father or his mother,
Right?
making the word of God of none effect through your tradition,
Right?
which ye have delivered, and many such like things do ye.
Right?
And when he had called all the people unto him, he said unto them, hearken unto me every one of you, and understand,
And do what?
and understand.
See, he said every one of you. Wasn't nobody left out. Go ahead.
There is nothing from without a man that entering into him can defile him. But the things which come out of him, those are they that defile the man.
Now, if you were to even say this meant I can eat pork, what is that coming out of you after eating pork? What would defile you then? If it's not what go in, what should come out of you if you're looking at it only as eating physical food? Where is the physical food? So if you throw up that chicken, that defiles you. I mean, what is it? How is it relate the two together? It's what defiles you is what comes out. So we have to look what defilement is. And so far we read it was profane, ungodly, rejection of the commandments. That's what defiles you. So let's get the understanding of it. What can come out of you that will make you defile about bad meat. And versus somebody saying, right there. That means I can eat all of that chicken. Let's get it.
Verse 16. If any man have ears to hear, let him hear.
So the Most High saying, let's get up into this conscience here. Let's hear